Hello everybody, Adam Savage here in my cave with another drill press modification video. I know, it seems like only yesterday that I was adjusting my drill press to obtain a lifting mechanism using an old Clousing lifting mechanism. And also I replaced the spindle. But while I was doing my research about my drill press, Model 1150A Powermatic, well, I can't show it to you just yet because I'm in the future. The build has already happened. This is an intro happening after that. I was doing research about my model Powermatic 1150A drill press, and I started to covet a more industrial table than the standard drill press table. And I couldn't find one for the 1150A, but I found one for a different drill press. But the main column of that drill press was 2 3/4 inches in diameter, and the column of the Powermatic drill press is 3 inches in diameter. So what I'm gonna have to do is take this brand new drill press table, put it on my mill, center its 2 3/4 inch hole underneath the spindle of my mill, and bore that hole out to 3 inches. And I will tell you that the last time I moved my drill press around, I pulled something in my shoulder. Look, I could pull something into my shoulder reaching for a glass of milk at this age, but I'm gonna ask for help here as I know that Norm is over at Testa doing some filming today. So when I get to the key moment, I'm gonna ask for his help. This should be a pretty straightforward build. That's what I thought when I started. Foreshadowing, dun, dun, dun. This drill press table was great. It was inexpensive, but I want to fill in this, so I'm going to use a brazing rod to do it. Yeah, and this will be kind of like time lapse. Actually, it's definitely going to be time lapse. So that was successful. I mounted the table saw table upside down onto my mill table on some 3-2-1 blocks, or 1-2-3 blocks, so that I know that what I'm boring here is exactly perpendicular to the plane. I have measured the outer diameter of the Powermatic drill press, which is 3 inches plus about 3 thou. I've given myself an extra 3 thou. Yeah, I've really tried to dial this in so it is about as exact as it gets with a little bit of heavy grease in there. It'll be a nice fitment. So I think it's time to unmount this. I'm going to double check the measurements one more time and then I'm going to unmount this, and then it's time to yeah, it's time to drag that drill press over here again. All right. I'm wearing a mask because I've got some help here because, well, as you've been watching on the time lapse, getting this thing on its back, it's a lot, especially because this model's getting old and he's got a fresh one. But now the trick is I got a drill press with a naked shaft and it's time for me to dress it. And here's the table. So hopefully if I got it right, this is the exact same diameter as this. My fingers are crossed. Here we go. Oh, I gotta put this here. Yeah. We're filming this because it's what you'd call a moment of truth moment. You can just stay right there. I'm totally good. I just need the stability. All right, come on. Double check. I may have to stop today, but let's see. All right, this says it's exactly 3 inches on the money, and this I measured out as 5 thousandths over. Let me just double check this one. Yeah, about the same. Okay, so I'm just going to try this again. All right, there is this one aspect that I hadn't measured. Yeah, that's exactly where I want it. No, 15 thou under. Somehow, I was milling it on a cone, but I don't see how that's feasible. Because if I go here, I'm sure, yeah, I get some seating, but none there. Okay, I had all the measurements I wanted, and yet it was going in. I'm trying to think about how to quickly remove 7.5 thou from the. I'm very sad about that. I took the mask off because Norm went home. This thing sits here naked, and it can't be finished until I removed what is officially 12 thou from the diameter of part of that hole. We're going to try and do it tonight because I just want to be done tonight. This was my reward project. Getting this table going was like, I only had 2 hours today. Everything else was meetings. And I was like, I'm going to do this because it'll be a really nice reward. And man, every time I do that, I get boned. Here's the thing. Here's what I want to talk about. Here's the phrase I want to use. I was thinking about what it would feel like to finish the project before I'd started it. I was like, yeah, that'll be a fun one to finish. I think of that. That's akin to counting your money at the poker table when you've got pocket aces and you flop a pair, you flop top 2 pair, kings and aces on the flop, right? You sit there, you're like, I got top 2 pair. And you start counting your money. Another guy turns over 2 aces and he's got 3 of a kind. Don't count your money at the table, man. Kenny Rogers said it. I only just remembered. Yeah. Every time I'm counting my money, I get a little lesson in humility. I'm smiling, but I'm not feeling great. I'm an unhappy camper about it. But nothing to do. But get the milling machine set up again with the wiggler. All right. Here we go. I'm doing this in time lapse so I can listen to some music. Hi again. It's me. Hang on, I gotta turn off that light. I don't like it. Off. There we go. All right. So, after everything didn't go according to plan, everything went to plan. The drill press tables went back on the mill, trued it back up with the wiggler, bored it out. It now looks like it is a tube instead of a cone. My measuring devices tell me that it will clear that. I think there's only one way to find out. Yeah. There's an interesting, there's an interesting moment here. After I turned the camera off, talked to Norm, it's just like, it's not like I don't know I've got to do it. It's not like I don't know that I've got to do it. But it was, at that point, it was like 4:45. Was it 4:45? Sorry. Back when I discovered the screw-up, it was like just about 5:30, which was about the time I was hoping to head out of here. I was just checking some texts, and when it turned out that the finish was not the finish, it was the middle, that sucked. I didn't like it. I didn't like the feeling. So I had to kind of sit there for a few minutes and be like, what am I going to do? I'm going to go home and feel crappy. I'm going to add an hour and a half to this day. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add 90 minutes because that's what it'll take. And that's apparently what it took. So hopefully Norm's gone home. He has a child. But Ryan should be here soon. And Ryan can help me lift this thing without breaking anything in this thing. Yeah. Okay. I guess it's just time to pop bad boy off. Well, you'll be able to watch it. Because I'm going to do it all in front of you here. I have a new shop practice now, though, which is when I set up a clamping rig and I'm done with it, I don't take away, I don't fully dismantle the clamping rig. Yeah, because it'll be, if I have screwed up, well, it just means that I'm that much further along to fix that screw up. Oh, yeah. I need a better way of knowing which side of this is the one that I need. All right. I have a tightening pin in here, which I didn't even talk about because there's other stuff going on. But the way in which the drill press tightens is this is the tightening handle. This is the back end of the tightening nut, and there was a missing front end of the tightening nut, so I basically made one here. And this should grab the main shaft of this thing quite nicely. I might have to and small it just a little bit, but we'll see. Okay. Live at the bottom. Yep, you do. You do live at the bottom, and you are in the correct orientation. Cross your circuits, Weebo. Ah. Oh. Yeah, great. So. Nice. Got a new drill press table, ladies and gentlemen. Goddamn. She's back. I needed lots of help to move it around the cave, and I found lots of help, which is great. Ryan and Norm helped me, and here is this beautiful new table. It is level and square to the shaft and to the spindle. It can move up and down like the old one on the same clousing actuator. I may motorize that someday. We will see. But, dude, this is just much more serious, and I think I can even use my milling machine T-nuts in here. If I can't, I'll make a set myself. Yeah, that was a butt kicker right there. I figured out what the problem I was having with my mill was. Actually, I'm going to get a part to show you here. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So this is a boring head. It's not boring. It's for boring. Actually, hang on. All right. Class is in session. This is a boring head. It's adjustable this way, and you can tell how much you're moving it with the increments here on this little dial, 1,000th at a time. And this is a heavily modified boring head with a carbide tip brazed to a steel shaft. The problem I was having, the reason I got a cone in the drill press table was because It looked to me like this cleared this, but it didn't. And this was rubbing on the edge of the hole once I got down to the bottom. And it was actually pushing the whole shaft in a little bit, the shaft of this boring bar. Yeah. Look, I would have used an indexable tool head boring bar, but the one I have isn't long enough. And I'm remedying that today online. I'm going to order one. But this is one of the pitfalls of using a boring bar to drill a big deep hole is you end up with this heavily cantilevered force out at the end, and steel moves way more than you think it does. And that really kicked my butt. I'm glad to be on the other side of that project. Thank you guys for joining me for this one-day build. And I will see you next time.